Let me ask you something. How many times have you caught yourself thinking or saying, I'm just like my mother, or I'm just like my father? And I don't mean it in a good way. I mean, when you react to something and think, oh no, I sound just like them. When you see yourself repeating the pattern you swore you'd never repeat. When you are carrying the anxiety that was never yours, beliefs that were never yours, stories that were handed down just like heirlooms you never asked for. You try so hard to be different, to break the chain, to heal. But somehow the past keeps showing up in present, in your relationships, in your fears, in the way you talk to yourself, in the way you move through the world. And you feel like you are living someone else's story and you don't know how to write your own. If that just made something click inside you, welcome to wound 5. This wound is called My Past Defines Me. This is the wound that keeps you stuck in old patterns, old identities, old stories you have outgrown. Welcome to wound 5 of the 7 Invisible Wounds Challenge. If you have ever felt like you are carrying something that isn't yours, this one's for you. Hi everyone, welcome back to Shubhangi Heals. I am Shubhangi Verma, and here I share powerful healing practices to help you create more peace, balance, and love in your life. If you are new here, make sure you subscribe because this is where we turn everyday practices into life changing habits. And if you have been with me since Wound 1, we are more than halfway through. You are doing the deep work, and I'm so proud of you. So, let's talk about what this wound really is. The My past defines me wound is a deep belief that you are trapped by your history, that who you were, what happened to you, where you came from, defines who you can become. It shows up as repeating similar relationship patterns over and over, even though you know better, carrying anxiety, fear, or shame that you inherited from your parents or grandparents. Feeling stuck in an identity. I am the anxious one. I am the broken one. I am the black sheep. Saying things like, this is who I am, or this runs in my family. I can't change it. Being defined by your trauma. I am a survivor. I am broken. I am the product of what happened to me. Feeling like no matter how much you heal, your past always catches up. You might be doing the work, therapy, healing, self development. You might be aware of the patterns, but just awareness hasn't set you free because this wound isn't just yours, it's intergenerational. Let me show you what this looks like. Tell me if any of this resonates. You are in a relationship and suddenly you hear yourself saying something and you freeze. Because that's exactly what your mother used to say or your father. And you swore you'd never be like that. You notice you have the same fears your parent had, even though their life was completely different than yours. You are afraid of money the way they were, afraid of being alone the way they were, afraid of being too much, too little, too visible, too invisible. You try to move forward, pursue a dream, start a business, fall in love, but something inside you whispers, people like us don't do that. People from your background don't succeed. You don't deserve more than what they had. Or maybe you have been through something hard loss, trauma, betrayal, and now that's your identity. You are the one who went through that. And part of you doesn't know who you'd be without that story. You want to change, you want to grow, you want to be free. But you feel you are tethered to the past, like you're dragging it behind you everywhere you go. Does it sound familiar? This is the wound. So, where does this wound come from? This wound is different from others because it's not just about what happened to you, it's about what happened to the people before you. Your parents carried wounds from their parents, who carried wounds from their parents, who carried wounds from their parents. Fear, guilt, scarcity, shame, unworthiness. These things get passed down like DNA. Not because your ancestors wanted to hurt you, but because unhealed pain doesn't just disappear, it gets inherited. You might be carrying your grandmother's fear of scarcity, even though you have never been without, your grandfather's rage, even though it was never directed at you, your mother's belief that she wasn't enough, even though she never said it out loud, your father's inability to be vulnerable, even though you are nothing like him. And then there's your own past. Maybe something happened to you, something painful, something that you survived, and now that experience has become your identity. You are not just someone who went through it, you are it. And so the past, yours and theirs, defines your present. But I want you to hear something. You are not your past, you are not their story, you are not what happened to you. You are what you choose to become. Let me tell you something powerful. Every single one of us has the ability to be a chain breaker. You can be the one who says, the cycle ends with me. The pattern stops here. I will not pass this pain forward. You are not betraying your family by healing what they couldn't heal. You are not abandoning your past by choosing a different future. You are honoring them by breaking free. Because when you heal, you don't just heal yourself, you heal backward, releasing your ancestors from the patterns they carried, and you heal forward, freeing the generations that come after you. That's not selfish, that's sacred. So, here's your healing practice for wound 5. It's called the timeline release technique, and it's one of the most powerful practices for releasing the past, your past, and the past that was handed to you. And I'm going to guide you through it right now. Here's how it works. This practice helps you release yourself from the timeline, from the belief that your past defines your future. So get comfortable, close your eyes, and take a slow, deep breath in and slowly exhale. Now, I want you to imagine a timeline stretching out in front of you. To your left, behind you, that's your past. All the things that happened, all the patterns you inherited, all the stories you have been carrying. To your right, ahead of you, that's your future. Open, unwritten, full of possibility. And right here, where you are, this is the present moment. This is where your power is. Now, I want you to bring to mind one pattern, one belief, or one story from the past that you are ready to release. Maybe it's I'll never be enough, or I am broken. Love always ends. Money is scarce. I am just like my mother. This is just how I am. Whatever it is, name it silently in your mind. Now, imagine that belief is a heavy object in your hands. Feel the weight of it. Feel how long you have been carrying it. And now take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, imagine yourself placing that object down on the timeline behind you. You are not erasing the past, you are not pretending it didn't happen. You are simply saying, I acknowledge this and I release it. It doesn't get to come with me anymore. Now, place your hand on your heart and say these words loudly. My past does not define me. I honor where I came from and I choose where I am going. I am the chain breaker. I release what no longer serves me. I am free to become who I was always meant to be. Let's say it again. My past does not define me. I honor where I came from and I choose where I am going. I am the chain breaker. I release what no longer serves me. I am free to become who I was always meant to be. And one more time, my past does not define me. I am the chain breaker. I am free. Breathe into that. Feel the release. Feel the freedom. You are not your past. You are not their story. You are the one who breaks the chain. When you are ready, open your eyes. That feeling right there, that lightness, that's what happens when you stop carrying what was never yours to carry. That's what happens when you step off the timeline and into your power. I'll be real with you. This wound was my greatest teacher. I spent years carrying the patterns that weren't even mine. Scarcity that belonged to my grandmother, fears that belonged to my mother, beliefs about worthiness that were handed down like a curse. And I didn't even realize I was doing that. It wasn't until I started doing this work, until I started saying it ends with me, that I understood I was never meant to carry their pain. I was meant to heal it. And so are you. You are not here to repeat their story. You are here to write a new one. Your homework until my next video? First, do the timeline release technique every day for the next 3 days. Every time, release one pattern, one belief, and one story. Second, write a letter to your past self or to your ancestors, acknowledging the pain, thanking them for what they taught you, and declaring your freedom. You don't have to send it, just write it. Third, notice this week, when do you say, I am just like my parents, or this is how I am? When do you use your past as an excuse to stay stuck? Just notice. Awareness is the beginning. And number fourth, journal this question. If my past didn't define me, who would I become? That's your work this week. This is wound 5 of 7. We are in the final stretch now, and the next wound it's going to shake you. Wound 6 is called I Can't Trust Myself. It's the wound that makes you second guess every decision, ignore your intuition, and look outside yourself for the answers that are already inside you. I'll see you in 3 days for that one. Before you go, drop a little heart in the comments if you just did the timeline release technique with me. Save this video so you can come back to it whenever your past tries to pull you back. Tag someone who is ready to be a chain breaker. Comment chain breaker if you are releasing your past and stepping into your power. You are not your past, you are free, and I'm here with you. If you are ready to go deeper on your healing journey, drop me an email at shubhangi.heals@gmail.com or you can connect with me on Instagram. I'll share the details of my healing and life coaching sessions with you. Your healing journey truly matters, and I'll see you in my next video. Until then, sending you lots of love and healing.